What's up, horror junkies and thrill-seeking gamers? Do you ever play a game so creepy, so intense, that you have to pause, turn the lights on, and take a deep breath? Well, 2024 is gearing up to deliver some of the scariest, most immersive horror games we've ever seen. From pulse-pounding chases to bone-chilling atmospheres, these games are guaranteed to keep you awake at night. Grab your favorite blanket, or maybe your therapy pet, because we're diving into the top 10 horror games of 2024 that you absolutely cannot miss. 1. Silent Hill 2 Remake. Plot and setting. Let's kick it off with the mother of all psychological horror games. Silent Hill 2 Remake is here, giving a 21st century facelift to a timeless classic. You play as James Sunderland, a grieving husband who receives a mysterious letter from his late wife, beckoning him to the foggy, cursed town of Silent Hill. But as you venture deeper into the town's eerie streets and crumbling interiors, it becomes clear this isn't just a place. It's a nightmare factory fueled by guilt, trauma, and regret. Why it's a must-play. Graphics overhaul. Bloober Team brings the fog-drenched atmosphere of Silent Hill to life with Unreal Engine 5. Every shadow, every flicker of light will make you second-guess stepping forward. Pyramid Head returns. Yes, the iconic monster is back, and his entrance is as terrifying as you remember. Updated mechanics, tank controls are a thing of the past. The remake modernizes gameplay while retaining the suspenseful pacing. Easter eggs and details. The town's layout mirrors James' mental state. Pay close attention to the subtle changes as you progress. References to the original Silent Hill game are sprinkled throughout, including graffiti with cryptic messages. Fun fact, the original game inspired countless directors, including Guillermo del Toro, who called it a masterpiece in horror storytelling. Parallels to films. If The Shining and Jacob's Ladder had a twisted, love child movie, Silent Hill 2 would be it. The psychological terror transcends jump scares, lingering in your mind long after the credits roll. 2. Alan Wake 2. Storyline deep dive. After a 13-year wait, Remedy Entertainment has delivered the sequel fans have been begging for. Alan Wake 2 picks up where the first left off, plunging us into the eerie town of Bright Falls. This time, Alan is stuck in a nightmarish dark place while trying to escape and right his way back into the real world. Sounds crazy? It is, and it's brilliant. Why it's a must-play. Dual protagonists. Switch between Alan and FBI agent Saga Anderson, each offering unique perspectives on the unfolding horror. Mind-bending narrative. Reality and fiction blur seamlessly, keeping you guessing what's real. Next-gen graphics. Remedy's proprietary engine ensures hyper-realistic visuals, making every shadow and flicker unnerving. Easter eggs and hidden references. Listen closely to the radio broadcasts. They're packed with clues about the broader universe of the game. Fans of Remedy's Control will notice crossovers, hinting at a shared universe. Behind the scenes, the developers spent years crafting the script, consulting with writers to create a layered story. It's not just horror, it's art. 3. Resident Evil 4 Remake. A familiar tale with a new edge. Leon Kennedy is back, and he's better than ever. Tasked with rescuing the president's daughter, Leon ventures into a remote village plagued by parasitic cultists. But make no mistake, this isn't just a nostalgic trip. The remake elevates every moment, from tense combat to atmospheric dread. What's new? Dynamic combat. Enemies adapt to your strategies, keeping encounters fresh and unpredictable. Expanded story. Additional backstory and side quests deepen the world. Enhanced horror. The reimagined environments feel darker and more claustrophobic, turning every corner into a potential death trap. Easter eggs. The infamous chicken egg healing item returns, but with hilarious new uses. Fans speculate that certain statues in the village nod to earlier Resident Evil games. Why it's like a movie. Think The Descent meets The Exorcist. The remake doubles down on survival horror, offering sequences so intense they'll leave your palms sweating. 4. The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. An emotional roller coaster. Ellie's journey is as much about survival as it is about confronting the darkness within herself. The remastered version enhances every heartbreaking moment, ensuring it hits harder than ever. Why you need to replay it. Stunning visuals. The improved lighting and textures make an already beautiful game even more immersive. Director's commentary. Unlock behind-the-scenes insights from the creators as you play. New gameplay features. From enhanced enemy AI to added accessibility options, this remaster is the definitive edition. Fun fact: the remastered version includes scenes cut from the original release, adding new layers to the story. Parallels to films. Children of Men meets Logan. The Last of Us explores themes of loss, revenge, and redemption with unparalleled depth. 5. Alone in the Dark. Reviving a legend. This reimagining of the 1992 classic is a love letter to fans of survival horror. Set in the mysterious Derceto Manor, the game combines Southern Gothic vibes with supernatural scares. Why it's a must-play. Hollywood talent. David Harbour and Jodie Comer lend their voices and likenesses to the protagonists, making this feel like an interactive film. Rich atmosphere. The creepy, decaying mansion feels alive, full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Fun fact: the original Alone in the Dark inspired franchises like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Now it's reclaiming its throne as a genre pioneer. 6. Slitterhead. What's it about? From the twisted mind of Keiichiro Toyama, the creator of Silent Hill, comes Slitterhead, a nightmarish experience that takes body horror to the next level. Set in a sprawling, eerie city plagued by creatures that can transform into human-like shapes, the game combines grotesque visuals with fast-paced action. Why it's a must-play. Unique horror mechanics. The shape-shifting enemies keep you on edge as you never know who or what is out to get you. Atmosphere on steroids. The game's urban setting is packed with detail, blending neon-lit streets with decayed, haunted backdrops. Adrenaline-pumping combat. Unlike Toyama's previous work, Slitterhead adds action-heavy combat to its horror roots, making it a genre hybrid. Easter eggs and details. The game pays homage to Silent Hill with subtle nods in the environment, like foggy streets and chilling radio static. Certain creatures bear a striking resemblance to Japanese yokai, giving the game a cultural edge. Fun fact: the soundtrack is composed by Akira Yamaoka, the musical genius behind Silent Hill. Expect spine-tingling soundscapes that elevate every horrifying moment. Parallels to films. Imagine The Thing meets It Follows. The paranoia of not knowing who to trust is amplified with grotesque body horror visuals. 7. Fear the Spotlight. What's it about? Blumhouse Games enters the horror genre with Fear the Spotlight, a retro-inspired indie horror that blends puzzles, stealth, and survival in a creepy abandoned school. You play as Amy, a student trying to uncover the mystery behind her missing best friend while avoiding a shadowy figure that stalks her every move. Why it's a must-play. Retro aesthetic, with low-poly graphics and atmospheric lighting, this game feels like stepping into a lost PlayStation 1 horror gem. Stealth-based horror. The emphasis on sneaking around and solving puzzles adds tension, especially with the relentless enemy lurking nearby. Narrative-driven gameplay. The story unfolds through environmental clues, journals, and Amy's inner monologue, making it deeply immersive. Easter eggs and details. Look closely at classroom decorations and you'll find nods to other Blumhouse properties, like The Purge and Insidious. Hidden rooms contain collectibles that flesh out the backstory, rewarding curious players. Fun fact, this is Blumhouse Games' debut project, and it's already making waves in the indie horror community for its innovative approach to retro aesthetics. Parallels to films. Think The Faculty meets The Babadook. It's a perfect blend of teenage horror with a psychological twist. 8 Crow Country. What's it about? In this chilling indie horror, you're stranded in a small town overrun by malevolent supernatural forces. Armed with only a flashlight and your wits, you must unravel the dark secrets of Crow Country before you're consumed by its curse. Why it's a must-play. Minimalist horror. The game focuses on atmosphere and suspense over action, making every encounter feel life-threatening. Interactive exploration. Every house, alleyway, and cornfield hides clues to the town's dark history. Dynamic weather. Thunderstorms and fog aren't just visuals. They impact gameplay, making navigation and survival even harder. Easter eggs and details. The crows that populate the town often act as guides or warnings. Pay attention to their behavior. The abandoned church features cryptic messages tied to real-world folklore. Fun fact, the game was inspired by the director's childhood nightmares of being chased through empty streets, a relatable fear that resonates in every aspect of its design. Parallels to films. Imagine Children of the Corn meets The Witch. The rural setting and escalating dread make it a slow-burn masterpiece. 9. The Devil in Me. What's it about? The latest entry in the Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil in Me takes players to a replica of H.H. Holmes' infamous murder castle. Trapped inside, you must solve puzzles, make life or death decisions, and avoid the deadly traps set by a deranged mastermind. Why it's a must-play. Cinematic presentation. The game feels like a playable horror film, with motion-captured performances and stunning visuals. Branching narratives. Every choice you make alters the story, meaning no two playthroughs are the same. Multiplayer mode. Play with friends and see whose characters survive the night. Easter eggs and details. Collectibles include newspaper clippings and diary entries that hint at the real-life crimes of H.H. Holmes. Pay attention to the dialogue. Characters often foreshadow their own fates. Fun fact, this is the longest and most ambitious installment in the Dark Pictures anthology, with over 7 hours of gameplay and dozens of potential endings. Parallels to films. If Saw and The Shining had a baby, this game would be it. The claustrophobic environments and moral dilemmas are peak horror. 10. The casting of Frank Stone. What's it about? Step into the shoes of Frank Stone, a washed-up actor navigating a surreal, haunted film set. As you uncover the mysteries of the studio, you're forced to confront your own demons, both literal and metaphorical. Why it's a must-play. Surreal horror. The game blurs the line between reality and delusion, keeping players guessing what's real. Branching choices. Your decisions shape not only the story but the film being produced within the game. Unique setting. A haunted film set is the perfect meta-environment for a horror game. Easter eggs and details. Look closely at the props and posters scattered around the set. They're full of nods to classic horror films. Certain sound effects mimic iconic noises from movies like Psycho and Halloween. Fun fact, the developers used real film studio sets to design the game's levels, adding a layer of authenticity. Parallels to films. Think Birdman meets Hereditary. It's an introspective journey wrapped in a deeply unsettling package. Conclusion. There you have it, horror fans. 10 terrifying games to keep your adrenaline pumping all year long. From psychological scares to survival horror, 2024 is proving to be a banner year for the genre. Which of these games are you most excited to play? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, stay scared and stay gaming.
exposure, afraid of dark